This project started way back with some extra hearing aids that were going to Vellore, India. And the plan was for my husband Roger and I to go back there in 2002, which was right after the 9/11 attacks. At that time, the State Department suggested that we not go there, so we found another project. There is such a high need for care in the Dominican Republic.
And we've had 18 trips there so far. We've done 1,680 fittings.
The youngest child was 6 or 8 months old, and the oldest was 92. Around the edges and the beaches, it's a luxury environment, and the rest of it is a third world culture.
My wife is a doctor of speech pathology, and with our two skills, we can help patients on the island because there's no doctor of speech pathology, there's no doctor of audiology on the entire island. So we see some of the really tough cases. Remember the 80-year-old woman that was 4 feet tall, maybe 75 pounds, and she had been macheted in the head. And when she was down, this was a robbery, when she was down they took her teeth out with pliers, gold teeth, and they stole all her money. She came into us with a severe hearing loss in both ears, and we fitted her with hearing aids, and then she was happy.
A man who was suicidal. He was 24, and when he lost his hearing in his 20s, he couldn't go to school anymore. We fit him and said, "You need to be here next year. Suicide is not an option. We just gave you the reason not to do that."
We see these kids that have been in the house until age 12, 14. They're doing dishes, they're doing the chores around the house. They can't hear, so they can't go to school. We test them, we fit the hearing aids on them. My wife uses her skill to teach them to talk again, and then they're back in school.
We think that the high incidence of hearing loss is not only injuries, head injuries, there's a lot of crime, a lot of accidents, high fevers, and we believe there's a genetic component. We've got testing equipment that will take care of all those people. We've got hearing aids and hearing aid pre-made ear molds.
But when the patient comes in, we first have to get a good history. Why are they there? Once we find out why they're here, what their problem was, when did they acquire the hearing loss, what were the circumstances, we usually get the report that they had a high fever for a long period of time. They heard fine before, and after the high fever, they didn't hear. Well, they've already had the speech center in the brain, language center of the brain developed, but they've lost their hearing. So when we test them, when we put hearing aids on them again, we get this surprise, and it's really, really rewarding.
Rafael.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hospital was built entirely by volunteer labor, and it's a top-down organization where it's run by the director. The reason I continue to go back to the hospital is he keeps our equipment safe. It's always there when we come back. None of it ends up in the black market.
The hospital is a mission hospital, and our main work is to help the people who are in need. When I met Dr. Roger, he come to work on the hospital, and he started putting hearing aids. And I remember, Dr. Roger, he asked me for 15 patients, and I get about 50 for them.
Fulfilling work, but it's exhausting. These people come from so far. They come from 8 hours away, and we know we have to do our job, or it's not going to get done. They're not going to be able to come back. They can't afford to stay. So it has to be done that day.
All the money that we invest helping the people make a difference in many people's lives.
¿Me está escuchando?
Sí.
¿Cuántos hijos que usted tiene?
Ah,
¿Cuántos hijos fue que usted tuvo?
hijo.
Sí.
Hijo.
Sí.
5.
Rotary gave me the ability to do what I'm able to do now. I couldn't do this without Rotary. It's just really so much fun to see how little effort you can make to change a person's life.